Hey third graders, this is your last math video with Miss Cook. So hopefully you have fun. This is just a quick review. I'm going to actually set a timer for 15 minutes so that I don't go too far over. We're just going to do some review of the things that you've learned over third grade. So some of these you'll be like, wow, I cannot believe I learned that this year. It seems like forever ago, but hopefully this will jog your memory on some things and hopefully you have some fun. You need a paper and a pencil next to you, and we'll just do where each question is 10 points, and then at the end, you can tell me how many points you got from the lesson. So you'll pause the video, write down your answer, and then push play to find out what the real answer is. And yeah, so we'll go ahead and get started, and don't worry, that's not coronavirus, I just have a tickle in my throat. Okay, let's go ahead and get started on our first one. Okay, here is question number 1, place value. What is this number rounded to the nearest 100? So not the nearest 10, but the nearest 100. Go ahead and round it. All right, if you rounded this to the nearest 100, we know that we're going to be looking at the hundreds place. So this is between 400 and 500. 472, so 70 is over 50, so I know that I need to round up. So I'm going to round 472 to 500. So if you wrote D for your answer, I don't know why that's not working. Okay, I won't select it, but if you wrote D for your answer, then you got it correct, and you can give yourself 10 points. All right, let's go ahead and do the next one. All right, this one's called operations. Each bag contains 20 jelly beans. If there are 7 bags, how many jelly beans are there in all? Okay, so each bag, 7 bags, and each one holds 20 jelly beans. How many jelly beans are there in all? Pause the video, find out your answer, and then click play to find the answer. Go. All right, so if we have 7 bags of 20 jelly beans, that's the same as saying 7 times 20. Okay, and 7 times 20, remember we didn't learn our 20 facts, but we do know a trick to how to do multiples of 10. So we can take 7 times 2 is 14, and then just add that 0 on the end. So you should have gotten C, 140 jelly beans. Give yourself 10 points if you got that one right. All right, next one, fractions. Which numerator, remember numerator is the number on top, denominator is the one on bottom, denominator down. Which numerator makes this expression true? 4/8 is greater than what over 8? So is 4/8 greater than 5/8? Is 4/8 greater than 7/8? Is 4/8 greater than 3/8? Or is 4/8 greater than 6/8? Go ahead and write down your answer and come back when you're ready to find out the correct answer. Go. All right, so the correct answer is 3/8. 4/8, so both of these pieces are cut into 8s. So if you had like 2 pizzas, you cut them both into 8s. Would you rather have 4 of those pieces or 3 of those pieces? You'd rather have 4, right? So the only one that's less than 4 is 3/8. So I would put 3 right here. All of these ones would be more than 3/8, so then we'd have to flip our arrow. But this was 4/8 is greater than 3/8. Okay, let's go to the next one. What is the area of the yellow rectangle below? Now, they don't tell us what the dimensions are, but let's see if you can use this square grid to help you find what your answer is. Go ahead, pause the video, find your answer, and click play when you're ready to go. Go. Okay, so let's count the dimensions. Remember, when we're doing area, we're finding how many squares are on the inside. We're multiplying the length times the width to find the area. So let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So this is an 8 by 9. And if I'm multiplying, I'm going to take 8 times 9. If you need to do your 9s trick, go ahead and do your 9s trick. But 8 times 9 is 72. So you should have written A would be your right answer. If you got it right, go ahead and give yourself 10 points. All right, geometry. This is the last one of this one, and then we'll go ahead and do another one. Which shapes have been partitioned into thirds? Choose all of the correct answers. So there's more than one right answer on this one. You're going to write down 2 letters. Which ones have been partitioned into thirds? Go ahead and write your answer down. Pause the video, and then click play when you're ready to find out the real answer. Go. Okay, so let's look at the first one. A. This one is broken up into 3 pieces, but are they equal 3 pieces? No, right? So we can't count that one. Remember, fractions have to be equal parts. Now let's look at B. Okay, this one's cut into 3 pieces. Are they equal 3 pieces? Yes, right? All of these shapes are the exact same size. So this B is one of your answers. That's the first one. Let's look at C. This one's cut into 1, 2, 3 pieces. Are they equal 3 pieces? Yes, so C is also right. And then let's look at D. It's cut into 3 pieces, but are they equal? No, right? This one is way smaller than this one, so D does not count. So you should have written down B and C would have been your correct answers. If you got B and C, give yourself 10 points. If you just got one of those right, you can give yourself 5 points. If you got none of those right, give yourself 0. All right, so now we're going to try on this one too. So let's look at this one. What is this number rounded to the nearest 10? So we're not rounding to the nearest 100 anymore. I want you to round to the nearest 10. Pause the video, write down your answer, and click play when you're ready to find out the answer. Go. Okay, so if we're rounding to the nearest 10, we're going to look at the tens place, 20. And this number will tell us if we're going up a 10 or down a 10. 24 is between 20 and 30, right? So, and then we'll look at 4. 4, is it greater than 5 or less than 5? It's less than 5, right? So we're going to round down. So this answer is 820. It's going to round down to 24 is closer to 20 than it is to 30. Okay, let's look at the next one. Check how much time I have. Okay, we're only about halfway. Which expression has a quotient equal to the number below? So quotient is the answer when you're dividing. That was a long time ago that we talked about that. Which one of these equals 6? Go ahead and pause the video. Click play when you find your answer. All right, so let's just look through them. 48 divided by 8. 6 and 8 went on a date. They didn't get home till they're 48. So we found it right away. It was A. Let's just check the other ones. 36 divided by 4. You guys don't know that one, but that one's 12. 24 divided by 3. That one's 8. And 54 divided by 6 is 9. So none of those are right. So A is your correct answer. Which denominator down, remember, is the bottom part, makes this expression true? 2/6 is greater than, remember when we say greater than, that means it's bigger. The alligator wants to eat the bigger one. Is greater than 2 over what? So is 2/6 greater than 2 halves? Or as some of my kids would say, 2 tooths? 2 halves. Is 2/6 greater than 2/4? Is 2/6 greater than 2/8? Or is 2/6 greater than 2/3? Go ahead and pause the video, write down your answer, and click play when you're ready to find the answer. Go. Okay, so let's look at it. If we had 2 halves, if you had 2 pieces of your pizza and you ate 2 pieces, you ate the whole thing, right? Is 2 out of 6 bigger than the whole thing? No. So we're going to get rid of that one. It can't be that one. 2/6 is greater than 2/4. Okay, so let's say Esme has a pizza and she cuts it into 6 slices, and Josue has a pizza and he cuts it into 4 slices. Esme gets 2, Josue gets 2, but whose slices are bigger? Josue's, right? 2/4. He only has to share with 4 people, so his pizzas are bigger. So nope, we know it can't be that one. 2/6 is greater than 2/8. So let's do another example. Let's do if Lily cut hers into 6 pieces and Daniel cut his into 8 pieces, whose pieces are bigger? Lily's are, right? Because she only has to share with 6 people. So on this and this one, 2/6 is greater than 2/8. That one's true. So you should have written down C. All right, let's go to the next one. Ooh, we haven't looked at this in a really long time. How many students walk more than 1 mile to school? So looking at this graph, remember each X marks for a student. So, and then if you look at the bottom, it shows you how many miles they're walking to school. How many students walk more than 1 mile to school? More than 1 mile. Okay, go ahead and pause the video, write down your answer, and click play when you're ready to see the next part. Okay, more than 1 mile. So if you walk 1 mile, are you walking more than a mile? No, you're walking exactly a mile. So we're going to look at all of these ones that are more than a mile. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You should have written down B or gotten 7. Okay, because if you walk 1 1/4 mile, then you're walking more than a mile, right? I didn't count these people because they walk less than a mile. All right, geometry, we just learned this one. Which polygon has only one right angle? So one right angle, if you remember what a right angle is, which one has only one right angle? Go ahead and write down your answer. Click play when you're ready to go. All right, so let's look at this one. Does this one have any right angles? No, right? There's some obtuse ones and some acute ones. B, does this one have any right angles? Nope. C, does this have any right angles? Yes, right? Here is a right angle. Remember, a right angle is like the corner of a square. And then look at D. This one has 1, 2, 3, 4 right angles. Directions say which one has only one right angle. So your answer should have been C. All right, so we finished that one. Hopefully you got 10 points for that one. Let's go to our last 5 questions. What is this number in standard form? So I'm going to read it out loud. 4,905. Which one of these shows 4,905? Pause the video, write down your answer, and click play when you're ready to go. 4,905. So your answer would have been 8. Let's just read these ones out loud just to practice. 4,950. Okay, so that one's not the same. This one is 495. Not the same. This one's 4,095. Okay, and we were looking for 4,905. So you should have written A. Calculate the difference. So you're taking 400 minus 262. Hopefully you remember how to subtract across zeros. Go ahead and pause the video, find your answer, and click play when you're ready to go. Go. All right, so I already did this one on a piece of paper before I made the video. So 400 minus 262 is 138. Now, some of you might have gotten 148, but you got to remember that you borrow from the hundreds. So you'd have 300s and then 10, but then you also got to borrow from the 10s and give to your ones. So you should have gotten 138. Let's look at the next one. What fraction names this point on the number line? So here's our whole. Which fraction is this? Okay, go ahead and pause the video, write down your answer, and click play when you're ready to go. All right, so let's count. First, to get the denominator, remember we count how many pieces in the whole. So let's count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I know the denominator has to be 8. So here's 8, here's 8. This one doesn't have 8, so I know it can't be C, and this has 8. Then to get our numerator, we just count our lines. So we start at 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you should have gotten B, 6 eighths. Okay, let's go to the next one. Ooh, this one, we haven't talked about this in so long. Hopefully you guys remember. Maybe just make your best guess if you can't remember. A good estimate for the volume of hot chocolate in this mug is 350 grams, 350 liters, 350 milliliters, or 350 kilograms. See if you can remember which one would be in the mug of hot chocolate. Go. All right, so let's look. 350 grams. Now, if you remember, grams we use to weigh something. So would we use that for liquid? Not necessarily. Remember, grams weighed about the same as a large paper clip. Okay, so A is not right. Okay, let's look at liters. Remember when you would get some pops? When you get a pop, that usually comes in a liter bottle. Do you think 350 of those would fit into this mug? Probably not, right? No, way too small. Then we look at milliliters. If you remember, milliliters were like a tiny teaspoon, or like if you had an eyedropper. Do you think 350 of those would fit in here? Yes, because if you remember too, we used to have that little water bottle up at the front of the class, and that was about 300 milliliters. Okay, so yes, I would say it's milliliters. And then kilograms, that's also used as weight. It's not used to measure liquid. Kilograms, remember, were like your dad's shoe or a basketball, where it weighed about 1 kilogram. So I wouldn't guess that this would weigh about 350 kilograms, right? All right, and our very last one. Which polygon has 5 angles? Go ahead and write down your answer and click play when you're ready to go. Okay, so let's count our angles in this one. 1, 2, 3, 4. So nope, this one can't be right. Let's count our angles in this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ooh, we found it already, but let's go ahead and count the angles in the other ones. 1, 2, 3. Not that one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it can't be that one. So your answer should have been B. All right, friends, I've loved teaching you this year, and it's been awesome. I'm sad that I had to do it online and that my lessons weren't maybe as good. There's my timer. Weren't as good as normal, but hopefully you still have fun. Hopefully this last math lesson and your Jeopardy ones before were fun. And let me know in the private comments how many points you got on this lesson. Have a great day. Bye.